I lived in London with my husband. He'd been in London most of his life. We lived there 13 years together. And then we decided not to have our children educated in London. We wanted them to be sort of brought up in the country. So we sent my youngest daughter off to boarding school near Banbury, which is about 10 miles from here. And then we started visiting houses which were to rent. And luckily, there was one to rent in Helmdon. It was a farmhouse, so it was a big shock straight from central London to living actually in a farmyard. I miss that buzz you get when I open the front door here. I just hear the birds singing, which is lovely, but you don't hear the traffic or the people or the sirens going, which can be very exciting. My ideal would be to have like a flat in London, but to live here, because I do miss it. There again, it isn't the shops or anything like that. It's just that buzz, people walking down the street, you never quite know what's going to happen, and it's exciting. And there are opportunities to do more. Here it's very quiet, but I absolutely love it here. I don't want to move back to London. I don't want to move anywhere. You get the gossip and scandal, and it's not a quiet village from things that things that go wrong with people. Breakdowns, marital breakdowns and problems, it's like in any society. What I love, I suppose at first when we moved to the farmhouse, before we moved to this present house, we were stuck out in the country. It was only a quarter of a mile away, but was the country, and it was the countryside I loved. Then we moved to near the village hall here, and I became involved in the society. And I just find it fun. There's lots to do. It's for somebody of my age, not perhaps if you're younger. I can't think, there must be, but I can't think there are many lonely people here. I hope there aren't, because there's a good sort of network of friends and neighbours who tend to look after each other without being nosy. So I hope there aren't too many. I don't think so. In London, you can only get really sort of involved perhaps in your local area, which is still a tiny part of a big city. Here, Helmdon is just one village, and we're very proud of it. And people sort of pull together to make it a nice place to live. It might be the country way of life. It's slower. People have got more time, certainly more time to talk. You don't rush by here. In fact, when we first moved here, I said to the children, look, when you're going down the street, you have to say hello, because in London you don't. You just walk past. And the nice thing is here, even the teenagers, they don't know me particularly, but they'll say, oh, hello, which is lovely. So, I don't know, perhaps upbringing, countryside, but definitely living in a small community which sort of pulls together. That's why it's different from London, I think.